Good morning and welcome to the quarterfinals of the Predator Pro Billiard Series Medalla Light Men's Puerto Rico Open of 2023. We're here live in the beautiful convention centre in San Juan, and our first match of the day, well, it's an absolute corker between Fedor, Gorst and Joshua Filler. It's 10-ball, best of 3 sets now, of course, in the knockout stage. It's races to 4 with a possible shootout. We'll explain that a little bit later on if we get there. It's Call Shot, and calling the shots with me in the booth is Eric Hallofson. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here again.
Oh, what a tasty appetizer we have for you for our first game.
Yeah,
reckon, Eric.
2 of the top 5 players in the world. Look for both players to be offensive. Josh is a big break and run threat, so is Fedor. Hopefully we get into some moving games, see their full game on display. I'm sure this match will have a bit of everything. Looking forward to it.
One in the side, 3 in the side.
Nice open break there. Hit nice and squarely. Made the 1 in the side, which is the primary goal. Another 1 down, straight on the 2. He'd love to have this break every time. Just got to avoid the 7 and 8 going to the left here. I feel like the cue ball play is actually in between them. Just got to play around 3 rails. Rest of the rack looks okay. Going to be a bit of movement once he gets onto the 7.
Nicely judged through the traffic.
Yeah, he's got a little too much angle going to the right here, but he can stun the ball a little bit and get underneath the 7.
This is a dream start.
Yeah,
Fedor, isn't it?
Right in line here. Going to be getting an angle on the 7, similar to where the cue ball is right now, a little straighter. Likely to be drawing across 2 rails.
Fedor has come through unscathed to this stage. Beat Adam Pfeiffer in round 1. Dimitris Lukatis of Greece was his next victim. Daniel Maciel, and then last night, Carlo Biardo. Beating in straight sets. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, and that was after Carlo came off a win, a 4-0 win. So probably speaks to the level of play that Fedor had to beat him.
And he waited around a long time as well, Fedor, last night.
Yeah, it was similar with Josh. He was waiting for a shootout match that finished between João Grillo and Shane Van Boning. The shootout went to 7-6. João finally edged him out there. Josh came up and pretty much dismantled Grillo within 30 minutes after that.
You did that game, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Nice hit here. Watch out for the side.
Tim and I were having a little laugh together because ours started about 40 minutes before your game did, and yours ended 20 minutes before ours did. It was super quick.
Yeah, Josh was in typical freewheeling form. Played really well. Fedor caught a small roll there. He knew he was going to come close to the side pocket. Did come very close to it. Didn't go in though.
You think Fedor will become one of the greats in 10 years' time when we're talking?
I think he already is. I think they both already are.
Faultless first rack. And its winner breaks. I do believe in the whole history of the Pro Billiard Series, we've only had 2, maybe 3 run a set.
Yeah, I think there was Sanjan Pelivanovic did it once. Can't remember the names of the other players that have done it, but it's definitely rare.
I'm pretty sure Mika Immonen did it once as well.
Okay. Nice opening rack from there from Fedor.
We've got the other quarterfinals going on at the moment as well. We'll keep you abreast of all the scores. We've got Roland Garcia on our other featured table if you'd like to watch that. Table 2 on YouTube. Roland against Mario He. We've got Chang Jung Lin against Aloysius Yap. And Ho Jun Kwon, who's really come through this from South Korea, beaten some really big names. He's up against the Pole, Conrad Yuzhishin. He beat Shane Van Boning. Sorry, lost to Shane Van Boning on a shootout, Kwon.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of him, so nice to have some new faces in the mix near the end.
He beat No Kioi as well on his way.
Must be playing well in the team event as well, because Korea has been successful in the team event so far too, kind of coming in as unknown players, but I feel like they've definitely won one match, if not two.
Yeah, they lost to Great Britain last night.
Okay.
They won against Poland.
Yeah, it's a strong win.
GB play Poland tonight.
One was playing right near the side there, got kicked out on the way. Open shot for filler here. 7 is blocking the angle for the 6 to go in the most obvious pocket. It's going to probably have to run into the 3 here. Looks like the cue ball might play below it. Anything below it, though, is not going to afford him very good position on the 2.
Could you possibly draw into the 3?
Yeah, he's definitely thinking about that. The 2 looks like it passes in the long corner. Could slow roll the 1 as well. Good shot. He can move the 7 with the 4, but he won't get position on the 5.
Pretty good straight pull player as well, Josh Filler. Those little nudges, Eric.
Yeah, those little intricate shots are big.
He's going for an early 10.
Yes, early 10s still count in the Predator Pro Billiard Series, so going to be a nice quick rack here for Filler.
Just what the doctor ordered. And it goes. We're all square. So the break hugely important, as always, Eric, and Fedor breaking dry.
Yeah, expect very few mistakes. Expect the difference to be made in some safety plays, some kick saves, but also if they're getting an open shot off the break, you're going to favor the player that's shooting first.
The referee for this match is John Lehman, head referee here in the Convention Centre in San Juan. Purpose-built building. It's only about 3 years old, and we also have the Caribbean State Championships going on from CSI and BCA. League players, they start their teams today. It's not just the pros team event going on. We've got the league players event team start tonight, so this is going to be buzzing later. So here we go.
Bunch of balls pushing towards the bottom right corner pocket, and 8 ball ended up going in. No shot on the 1. He can play off the left side of it.
I think the 5 went in the corner as well. So made a couple of balls. Thin behind the 7, maybe, is that his target?
Yeah, he's just going to have to manage moving the cue ball around the 6, because the 6 is kind of in the track of the cue ball tracking to the left. I feel like he can go in front of it. He doesn't get behind the 7. He also has the 3-9.
He just doesn't want to hit this thick.
Nice shot.
He played cover behind. Had to get cover behind one of them 3, didn't he?
Yeah. Fedor is the strongest jumper in the game. Look, he's going for the jump cue here. Imagine being that confident that you can jump over a ball 5 feet away.
Fedor has a big announcement coming later today. He's going to announce his new sponsors.
Interesting. We'll be taking note of that.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's an airline, the way he pops over.
He would be a good representative, no doubt.
He would be, wouldn't he?
Caught some left spin on it.
Back page. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. Missed the ball completely.
Yeah, just caught a little bit of left spin on the cue ball and started swerving towards the 1.
So you can actually swerve a ball in midair, Eric?
Well, I actually thought that's what happened. What did actually happen was the cue ball jumped right over the one. It went on the replay there. He was going right at it. But yeah, I mean, not midair, but once it hits the cloth, it'll start swerving. He jumped right over it, though. Ambitious try. But those are the shots that he executes at a high enough percentage that he feels like he can play them. Good lock-up save here from Filler.
Yeah, certainly won't be attempting to jump this one. Not even Fedor or Gorst could do that.
Resign him to 2 rail options. Kicking out a ball behind you. So tough you might even consider tying something up, but it's also tough to do that.
It's going to look like a NASCAR if he gets too many more sponsors. He's covered in them.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Oh, look at this for a kick. Look at this for a kick. And I guess he called that side pocket as well.
What a shot. It's left Filler thin enough that it's going to be very tough to control the cue ball here. Nice shot from Filler there, having two-way element in mind. Got the two-way part of it perfect. These are the games that are really interesting between these world-class players. I mean, just watching the different shots they come up with, even in this rack already. Fedor trying to jump over a ball 5 feet away. Filler playing two-way banks. 4-rail kick from Fedor.
Top 5 players will even go as far to say maybe top 3.
Sure.
I mean, they've just got the all-round game. There's not a weakness, is there, in either of these two? And you're going to be going head-to-head in December in the Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Well, that's a mistake from Josh.
Yeah, I wanted to get on the 9 a little more there. 3 has been moved from its original position. Still in a tough spot overall. Just looking at how he's going to deal with that right now. Look at this, play position to play a bank. So, big shot coming up here in the first set. He's definitely going all in on the bank here. No two-way in mind. Draw the cue ball straight back for the 4. Did lean towards the two-way a little bit. In fact, went all in on the safe.
And we will have our final later on today. 5 p.m. The winner will pick up a check for $37,500. Runner-up, $17,500. These guys already guaranteed $4,375. Whatever happens in this match. Some tremendous kicking going on here.
Yeah, even when they kick at the ball and then they're trying to kick it in, they're barely missing. I mean, they're just threats on any shot, no matter where they are. Awesome play. Great rack. So Fedor ends up getting the edge here after about 5 innings of save.
As you said, could be the difference, just the misplaced safety or the kick. The only thing that could really be a deciding factor in this. I mean, they're both breaking good, Eric. They can both run the balls. Could come down to those little safety battles.
Yeah. Other thing that could happen is a player gets on a run off the break, right? They're both hitting the break well. Filler broke and ran, I think, four breaks in the match that I did last night. Fedor has won in this match already.
Such a beautiful technique, that lovely stroke that he's got.
Timing's absolutely perfect. Slow on the back. Nice pace on the way through. That's a good winning recipe for...
Just bring you up to date with some scores. In the other men's quarterfinals, Roland Garcia has taken the first rack against Mario He. That's available over on table 2 if you want to head over to our YouTube channel there. No score yet from Aloysius Yap and Chang Jung Lin. And Konrad Musician from Poland has taken the first rack against Ho Jun Kwon from South Korea. Shane Van Boning still going well in the teams. I mean, they had a great result against Spain last night, beating them 3-0, Eric. They really are looking strong. And April Larson, everyone knows she's a great player, but she really has excelled in this tournament so far.
Good for her. I mean, I feel like she was the X factor for the American team, and she must be rising to the challenge if they're winning their matches. They were in a tough group, but with 2 wins, they're going to advance to the quarterfinals. Be interesting to see who hangs in there between Spain and Philippines. I don't know if they've played yet.
They play tonight.
Okay, that'll be a big one. The winner of that match will advance to the quarterfinals likely as well. Nothing down. Ambitious combo on the 110 here. I feel like he has to consider it.
I think he will. He's already had one.
Yeah, the tricky part about this is he's got to cut the ball a lot, and when the ball you're playing the combo into is really close, it's tough to really get that much cut. It looks like it's there, but it's deceivingly thin, and that's what he's worried about here.
He's having a go at it by the looks of it. Did he call it? Or maybe just a safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a safety.
See how that one was just a little off angle there? You would think, okay, well, I can just cut it over, right? But it's the proximity to the 10. It has to cut so quickly that it's actually really tough. It was possible, but you're going to miss it on the thick side so much more often than you think.
And I guess you'd need a lot of pace in it as well. Hard to control the cue ball.
Yeah, yeah. He would have been all in. Couldn't really play a two-way, so he just backed off.
Kind of thing we might see a club player like myself attempt.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's there, but it's just a lot tougher than it looks. Distance on the kick safe. 2 balls going to help him out here. See if Filler considers the jump. Don't forget, all these decisions are being made very quickly. They're under a 30-second shot clock. They have 1 extension per rack.
Yeah, where do you stand on the length of the shot clock?
I think it's about right. I mean, the game has to move. You know, the only time you should really be taking more than 30 seconds is when you're playing safe. You do have the extension for those situations.
This is a chance then for Fedor. The first one, nothing to do with the cue ball, guaranteed to be in the 2 more or less, straight up and down.
Yeah, table's looking pretty open. Gonna have to move the cue ball from the 7 to the 8, but shots like that are pretty elementary for Fedor.
5 looked a little bit difficult, but when you look, you know, where the 4 is, that lends itself to a nice, easy positional shot.
Yeah, 4 lies nice for the 5. Going to have to maintain angle on the 5. Small chance of getting straight. But again, he knows where he needs to be, and he's going to get there a real big percentage of the time.
If you were a youngster now, a junior, growing up, looking to get into poise, Fedor the kind of role model you'd be looking at trying to emulate?
Absolutely, yeah. Just goes out about his business. He's into the social media. Puts up post-match interviews for his fans. Like, not only is he a world-class player, he's a world-class promoter of himself and a great ambassador for the game.
Yeah, at such a young age as well. He really has got his head screwed on, hasn't he?
I mean, you have to play at this high of a level. All these players are true professional athletes.
You have to be fit. We started play yesterday morning at 10 a.m. and it finished around about 12:30 the following morning, just past the midnight hour.
Not to mention all the things that have happened with Fedor's home country. You know, he's immigrated to the States. He's had a lot going on. Probably going to have to get some kind of drawing angle from the 7 to the 8. More angle he has, better speed he'll be able to hit it at. Kind of going the wrong way here, but he's straight enough to fall through the angle. Going to stay on the left side of the table.
This is where you'll see that really nice stroke of his, the long backswing, the slight pause, and then the acceleration through the cue ball.
Yeah, and notice he'll lengthen his fall through a little bit on shots like this. Trying to make the cue ball a little heavier. Got to hit extreme high on the cue ball here. Oh, he stunned it around. Just had a little too much angle going to the left. Nice shot, though.
How well has he played that shot?
Perfect, inch perfect as usual.
He's come out ready to play this morning. Fedor Gorst, he's eyeing up that semi-final place and a place in the final as well. Later on, there's Ernesto Dominguez in the background, just behind Fedor. Look, one of the guys responsible for putting up all the tables and reclothing them, making them play really nice, and they have played really nice this week, Eric.
They always do, yeah. Even considering humid conditions. The venue's been air-conditioned nicely, and the tables have held up very well. Perfect again.
I think it's safe to say he's got the pace of the table down to an art.
Even when moving the cue ball 10 and 15 feet, he's coming within a couple inches.
And this is to get on the hill in this first set. And it goes, and remember, we're playing slightly different format from stage one. It used to be a shootout if it went to one set each. Now we have a deciding third set, but if that third set does go 3-3, we will then go to a shootout. So slightly longer match, Eric.
Yeah, and just a bit of a better mental position for the player that loses the first set. If you do lose the first set in the initial format, you kind of resign to saying the best I can ever do is a shootout. But in the redraw format, you know, you can still come back, force the third set, be on level terms.
And it was just that safety shot earlier on from Josh.
Yeah, there hasn't been much between them. There was that one very interesting rack with kicks and jumps. There was one safe that went bad for Filler there. Fedor took immediate advantage. But no missed balls so far. One break and run.
Roland Garcia has doubled his lead against Mario Heat and is at the table in the third rack. He leads 2-0. That match available on table 2 on YouTube, and all the other tables are available. There's some women's matches going on at the moment also. They're all available on Kozoom.com. Back to this one, Fedor to break on the hill.
One ball fighting again in the side. 8 ball pushes into the side.
Oh, look at this one ball as well. He's on it.
He's got a shot. The 3 is going to be a problem. 4 is not easy. 6 balls on the left rail there. Going to be a little bit tough to manage those. First question is if the 3 passes the 6 into the long pocket, bottom left. Bit of traffic to avoid coming across table here. Probably look for him to play the cue ball between the 3 and the side pocket, maybe between the 3-9. At the 9. Over top of the 3 as well. Gonna have to make a decision here. The bank's on, but the position's not great. All it's lying into is a bank on the 3. Can bring the cue ball up table and try to hide it behind the 4-7. Nice shot. So Fedor going to have a chance here. Half chance at best. 3 is blocking the jumping angle for the 2. Have to come up with some kind of kick here.
Is he going one route?
You can go 2 rails behind it. 1 rail gives him a chance to make the ball if he wants. 3.
3 rounds. Well, he's got away with it for now, but I think he might be in a little bit of trouble after this next shot.
Yeah, Fedor can play an interesting 2-way here. I can't quite see if the 2 can bank to the pocket, but if it does, he'll definitely get coverage with the 6. I mean, he's got to weave through the 6, 7, 10. He's kind of taking a look at it. Probably not there. Too many balls to go through. Yeah, he called it. I mean, there's a chance it could go, and he's definitely going to get saved by the 6. Might have called the 10. What a shot that would have been. Wow. Got close with it, too.
Well, just looked at his expression. He's not happy about this.
Yeah.
Spotted something that Josh might spot as well.
Yeah, it's too close to the 6 to jump, but he has left the closest long rail. Josh is going pretty much all in on the kick here. Going to hit it with speed in case he doesn't make it.
Or makes it in the side, does he? No, it's on.
Couldn't quite see if he's a little straight to get over the left side anyways, but I couldn't quite see if the 3 passes the 4 in the long pocket. That's going to be a big factor in how he plays position here.
I think it does, Eric. I've just had a look. I'm more or less down the line. If I crane my neck a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can use the long rail to make the pocket bigger as well. Issue here is he's too straight to move the cue ball to the left. So he's considering playing a bank on the 3. Even at that point, the position on the 4 is going to be tough as well. So tough spot here. He's got to think quick.
He's won the banks at Derby City before. I think he's won everything at Derby City before.
Yeah, well, that's
master of the table twice.
That's another impressive thing about Fedor's game is he's become proficient at all games within a really quick amount of time. I mean, you can even consider him in the top 5 one-pocket players in the world. Not as much competition at banks, but when there has been, he's won the toughest tournament.
It's a safety shot here, down behind the 4-7-6.
Good shot. Got to avoid the 4 there. If he nicked the 4 at all, the cue ball was at risk of going in the corner. Controlled it well.
He really is a perfectionist as well. He doesn't just play in an area. He plays to an exact position, doesn't he, on his safeties a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's human. He makes mistakes every once in a while, but 90% of his game is played to perfection. It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Oh, this is a nice kick as well. A little bit of spin on that will bring it over behind the 9. That's a good shot. I think the jump cue's going to come out here.
Yeah. It's thick enough that he'll be able to hold at that end of the table for the 4. Unlikely he'll get perfect on the 4 where he'll be able to pocket it, but just looking at gaining some kind of advantage back in this rack. Got it. What a shot. He's on the. He's put himself in a spot where he can play safe on the 4. Can use the 6-7 as blockers here. Tricky part about playing safe when you're playing against a player that's as strong as Fedor is you really want to get him like frozen up to another ball.
Is he coming behind a 10?
Could be. See how,
is that what you meant?
First, yeah, he almost, but look, he left an edge. Like that's not good enough. I don't. The 10 might be blocking him, but I mean he's close to hitting yeah, he's gonna have to swerve it a little bit. It's good enough. Maybe even kick, but he's close to hitting a game-winning shot there, right? Like that's what he's going for, the dead freeze behind the 10. But this is how tough it is to play Fedor, right? Like, if, you know, Josh played a good save behind the 9. He jumps it in, and this is what he returns to next time he's at the table. It's just...
He could be one of the best spotters in the world, like Fedor is. And if you don't get a chance to go at a ball, you can't ply your trade.
And the thing is, Josh can do the same. It's really a treat to watch these world-class players.
Well, I went for Fedor at the beginning of this match, and you went with...
I'm still holding my bet. What do we bet again? Coffee?
We'll have a coffee.
Okay.
We'll bet on a coffee.
I'm an underdog, so I can't bet much now.
Make it black coffee if you want.
Okay.
He's going for the juggler again behind this 10 ball. He wasn't happy enough with the last one. Is that what you were talking about?
That's the perfect
better,
one.
isn't it?
And Josh gives him a little. He knows he's in a bad spot now.
He's in a bad game. 3 rails.
I think he might just go 1, but you're right. He could go in front of the 5. Good try. So pretty much first set played to perfection here by Fedor, and he's got all the chances to close it out here. Gonna have to draw back for the 6 on the side. Should be manageable though.
Once again, it's that safety, that killer safety, that's earned him this opportunity. That's how much of a perfectionist he is. Really spent a lot of time on. A lot of players would just say, "Oh, I need to be there somewhere on the 5," but he judged this to perfection. Can he draw past it now?
Yeah, he's okay. And the reason why he played it like this is because he has more of a chance of getting straight on the 6 and lessening his chances of having to run into the 7. Like, he could have played the bigger area where the cue ball was going into the side rail, but he purposely tried to play a very small area inside it, and this is the result. Now he's perfect on the 6, where he was unlikely to get perfect on the 6 the other way.
He's really feeling every shot, isn't he, now?
Yeah.
At 1 with his cue. Straightforward draw back for the 9. And it will be first blood in sets. To the newly crowned Mosconi Cup team member. Really looking forward to that. December the 6th. It's going to be a close one this year.
Yeah, Fedor is going to give the U.S. a big boost there. Shane's playing very well.
And it goes. And we are going to nip out for just a short break before our next set. Eric Hallofsson and myself really enjoying this. I hope you are too, guys at home. There's lots more to come. Who knows? Might even end up with a shootout, Eric. There's been stranger things happened, but at the moment, it's advantage Fedor Gorst. We'll see you after a very short break.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion.
Philippines are the world champions.
doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion.
Philippines are the world champions. Welcome back to the convention centre here in San Juan. Eric Horlifson and myself, Mark White, calling this game, and it's been an easy one to call so far because, well, it's been pretty much perfect Fedor for most of the time. Just take you around the room. There are 3 other quarterfinals going on at the moment. Roland Garcia has taken the first set against Mario He, 4-0. Chang Jung-Lin has taken the first 2 racks against Aloysius Yap, the man very much in form at the moment. And Ho Jun Kwon has lost the first set to Polish Konrad Musician. He leads by 1 set and by 1 rack to 0. So, Eric, let's talk about teams. The teams are back in action tonight at 9 p.m, I think it is. Yeah, 9 p.m. Some crunch matches tonight. Philippines, defending champions, are up against Spain. Now, Spain they need to win this to qualify.
So does the Philippines.
The winner of this goes through to the quarterfinals. Who do you fancy in that?
I got to favor the Philippines. I think they have a bit of an edge with the female player, but Ropero is definitely capable as well. She's a freewheeler, plays confidently, so if things go her way, she can be an asset for Spain.
Josh Villa also in it with Team Germany, with wife Pia Villa and Moritz Neuhausen. And it's that man just broken off, made a ball, and he's got a shot at the 1 ball. So his turn this time, breaking first, because it's alternate from sets, but it is winner breaks from now on in this set. And have a look around this table, Eric. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, here comes Filler on the offensive train. I like him to run out here. Bit of movement from the 5 to the 6, but the middle of the table's open, so he'll be able to track the cue ball through that area. Look for him to go 2 rails forward here, avoiding the 9-10. He's got to get enough left spin on it to get tight of the 7-8.
Josh, one of the players that made the switch from maple to carbon.
Yeah,
adjusted pretty quick, isn't he?
Yeah, I feel like he's back to carbon for maybe 6 months to a year now. I can't remember the exact timeline, but he was back and forth, and it seems like he's settled on the carbon.
He was scary enough with wood. It's even more deadly with that carbon.
Yeah. Should be okay here. Just checking where he can get on the 9. He's fine. Straight in. So, Filler giving notice that he's going to be a threat, of course.
If you make a ball on the break, basically you need to play no miss pole.
Yeah.
The chance. So what do you play with? Do you play with carbon or do you?
I'm still on wood. I'm making a serious I'm thinking seriously about switching to carbon in December. I'm going to play about 3 terms in the next 4 weeks, so I'll stick with what I know for now, but I'm going to have a little bit of time off around Christmas, and I think I'm finally going to go to the dark side with the carbon.
Yeah, that's what I call it, the dark side as well. Now, maybe, I wondered why you were choosing December. You've just explained it. I thought it might be because you know what maybe your girlfriend's got you for Christmas.
Yeah.
Is there a chance she's bought you a carbon shaft?
All I want for Christmas is a carbon shaft.
Available at PredatorQs.com, of course. Breaking off with his Gold Rush, looking to earn a pot of gold later on this evening. A man from Bonn in Germany, twice Mosconi Cup MVP, and he'll be a huge part of that tournament at Ali Pali next month. Back to this one for now, though. There's work to be done. 5-ball in the side. Oh, is there an early 10, Eric?
Yeah, if the 9's not blocking the angle to get to the 10, Fedor thought he was going to make one.
Yeah, and I think he was having a look at the combo as well, was he? He's thinking, oh, I've got a combo here.
It's a chance that the 9's blocking too much of the 10, I think it is. Yeah. Considering using the 9 and the 10 in one way or another, either putting the 1 by it or the cue ball by it.
So you're going to run the cue ball through him, get between the 8 and
Could
9 and the 10.
Kind of like a 1-pocket shot.
Oh, look at this.
Shot. Off the short rail.
Isn't it great to see 2 giants of the game going at it?
Oh, yeah, just absolute treat. Watching Fedor and Nadal play tennis. The nice thing about singular sports, right? You can have 2 good teams kind of go at it, and of course that's nice as well. But when 2 individuals go at it, it's always a special.
It's gladiatorial, isn't it? Gladiatorial.
Right. He's left it open here, so Fedor going to have the first chance to go up 2-0. He's going to have to develop the 6-8 a little bit. A couple balls down there that it would be a favorite to do that. Likely off the 2. Be able to hold for the 3. So this is, I mean, he should be okay. I feel like the
draw into the 3, maybe?
Well, he's worried about the 6, so I think he's going to try to get into that. Yeah, got into it. It's a little questionable if the 6 pockets. I feel like it does, and he's moving around like it does. So nice play here so far from Fedor.
That was a quality little shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, the biggest risk was having the 6 end up between the cue ball and the 3, but he managed that well.
Watch out.
It's okay. Wanted to stay on the straight side of the 6, so. Good draw stroke there from Fedor. Didn't want to end up on the rail. Just want a good pocketing angle. Got to make him a favorite to make almost any ball.
He's got that very compact stroke, hasn't he? Not much can go wrong with it. He just has to concentrate, keep the head still, push that tip through.
Shot, cinched it in. Longer position on the 8, but the 8's nice and close to the pocket.
Beautiful. Right to the heart of the pocket.
Yeah. Lengthen his backstroke a little bit there because he knew he needed the power, but didn't rush anything. Still stayed with good pace through the ball. What a match.
Yeah, great, isn't it? Both obviously on top of their game at the moment, and that's what we want to see, Eric, at this stage of the tournament. You expect to see the best players coming towards the business end of these tournaments. And these 2 right up there My coffee not looking so safe now.
I wasn't worried.
Yeah, I mentioned some women's matches going on at the moment. Also, playing for big money themselves. And we have a couple of results. You mentioned how well April Larson's playing. Well, she's beaten Kai Juan of Hong Kong by 2 straight sets. Cesca Centino, the newly crowned 10-ball champion, you were there in Austria commentating on those matches. She's beaten Margaret Fefalova-Steyer by 2 racks to, well, on a shootout, I should say.
Yeah.
Wan Lin Wan has beaten Jennifer Basinski by 2 straight sets. Also, back to this one.
Yeah, just a quick side note. First time I saw Wang play was in Michigan. I actually really like how she plays. I think I see her as, she's an unknown player overall, but I think she's going to be one of the best. I like how she plays. Reminded me of Cho.
Yeah, super straight stroke. Really calm around the table. Really,
seen her play?
Good demeanour. I just watched her play earlier on.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah. I feel like she's going to be a strong player.
Yeah.
She already is, but I mean, as far as it getting right near the top.
Wow. Hold the back page.
Yeah, first missed ball of the set. Been sitting for about 15 minutes. Filler broken around the first 2. Can always kind of mess with your feel a little bit. Barely missed.
3-ball. In a lot of trouble though. Can he get and maybe take a risk here on that, Eric? Would you or not?
The biggest question is if the 5's blocking the angle to get to the pocket. I have a feeling it does. It's tough to see. Oh, you mean to break it out?
Yeah.
Breakout would have been tough. We're very unlikely to get a shot on the 2. It's possible it goes. We'd have to get a real tight camera angle here. I'm leaning towards saying it doesn't. And the way Filler's looks like he's taking a little more time to execute here, so he's thinking about how he can open it up.
There's the angle you wanted, Eric.
Yeah, it doesn't go. Maybe a creative carom onto the 5, but that's tough. You'd have to contact it too thin. Biggest problem for Filler here is the cue ball's tracking too far to the right, to the point where the scratch is almost on, and when the cue ball starts coming around 2 rails, he's going to hit the 9. It's a tough spot.
No possibility of drawing off the side rail with loads of low right.
I think there's a little too much angle. It's a good thought. It would be 1 track out of it, but there's a little too much angle.
Well, didn't even take it on. He's got the hook.
It's good. Regardless of where they leave the 2, the 3's not really available, so Rack's going to have to develop to a point where they're probably going to have to try and pocket the 2 and open up the 3.
I'm wondering, might he try and jump this, cut it in the side, and draw over to the...
It's exactly
break them out.
It's exactly what he's going to try. I mean, he's got to get a lot of draw on this. He knows that. I mean, the cue ball is going to more likely hit the 7, even if you get any draw out of it. But if it does, it'll keep the cue ball in the area of the 3-5.
Fascinating battle, this. I'm absolutely loving every shot.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Just insanity. I mean, how difficult is what he's just done there?
Well, I mean, okay, well, I would consider myself a decent player, and I would consider myself a decent jumper. I might make it 25% of the time. What his real percentage is, it's hard to say, but I'd put him in the 60s. It's like, you know, he's 3 times better. It's... He tried that carom. Tricky to judge. Shot from Josh there. Looking good to really pull away in this first set. Just a couple half mistakes from Fedor, and Josh is pulling away nicely here.
Just to remind you guys, we don't go to a shootout at this stage now. If Fedor does go on to win this set, it will go to a deciding set, but if that set does go to 3-3, we will then have a shootout. And it wouldn't surprise me, Eric, if we saw one.
It's possible.
And it does come down to who can pot the best.
Yeah. How do you pick a favorite there? Both excellent potters. See if he plays the 9 in the long pocket or the short pocket. Where the 8 is, I think he'll favor the long pocket. Could choose to draw above it, though, make the pocketing a little easier. Yeah, just cinched it. Always move the cue ball less whenever you can.
Beautiful. How to run a rack by Josh Villa. And he's on the hill now.
Yeah, big lead here and breaking in the 4th game.
First set to Chang Jung Ling also against Aloysius Shap, 4-1. Garcia took the first one, as I said, against Mario He, and they're 1-1 in their second set. And Conrad Musician is almost, well, he's got 1 foot into the semi-final. He won the first set against Ho Jung Kwon, and he's 3-0 ahead, the same as Josh Villa is in this one. But this time it's for Conrad to go into the semis.
Yeah, it's good for Conrad. I mean, he's one of the most consistent finishers on tour. He's made it near the end many times, but looking for a major title. Great player.
One of the Polish herd of players that seem to always finish high up. They played Team GB tonight, and the winner of that will go through. 9 p.m. tonight.
Didn't get one here, so Fedor's going to have his chance at this set. Come 3 rails around here. Rack's pretty open.
Federer and, sorry, you mentioned Federer and Nadal going at it. This is like a game of tennis, isn't it? I mean, he's to and fro, to and fro.
Back and forth, and, you know, they're so strong that Fedor gets this one chance, and then you're thinking, well, is he going to run the set out afterwards? You know, like that's how good they play, right?
Taking out the bridge. He's a tall guy. You don't often see him using the bridge. Normally he screws on the extension, but this is one of the furthest shots you can have on a pool table.
Yeah.
He's used to playing pyramid as well. He was a pyramid Russian champion.
Angle looks okay to draw around the left side of the 9. I mean, Fedor makes those power-up shots look so easy, right? It's like he's hitting the ball very hard there, but it just looks effortless. Times his stroke so well. Staying in line here, choosing to come beneath the 6 because he can play directly into the angle of the 7. Natural cue ball movement throughout the rack.
There's been lots of talk about this particular format. I tell you, it's always the best players, Eric, that are there at the end. We've not had anyone really come through and win one that you'd think,
well,
I can't believe they won it. Not that kind of thing, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, and we were alluding to tennis a little bit earlier in the match. It's similar to a tennis format. That's all it is, right? You know, you're playing sets, and you got to win a certain amount of sets. It keeps it exciting. If anything else, no one can.
Christina to catch there, look, watching her boyfriend Fedor. Now she has already booked her place into the last 16.
Good for her.
Of the women, having a little smile to herself, and she's sat next to Vitaly Patsura, the great player from Ukraine. He's been, hello, give us a wave. Yeah, there he is. Look, give us a wave. Got a big screen to the left here. Yeah, now look, Fedor, he's got this thing where he puts powder on his chin now. Have you seen that?
Interesting. So he's like, so the cue will glide better on his chin?
Yeah, look, it's got some white there. We need to make him like a glove for his chin.
I have never seen that in all my time playing pool. Interesting that you pointed that out. The cue will slide better on his chin with powder.
Yeah.
Wow.
As if he hasn't already got enough advantage with the way he plays.
Oh, that's revelatory for me.
Are you going to be trying that one, Eric?
I'm considering.
When you get your carbon fibre?
I'm considering. 5 ball down. 1 ball as well. Watch out for the 7 here. It's going to block the 2. Going to have to push. Kick safes are too tough. Jump's not there. Real high level thinking. Look at you can just see his eyes darting around, thinking about different positions on the table and what all the options are from those positions. Don't forget, you got to think quick here too, right? I mean, if he's not on a shot clock, the level of thinking that he's going to put into it would probably take over a minute, maybe a minute and a half.
You know what I was just going to say though, considering they are on a shot clock, the decisions they're making are great, aren't they?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it kind of backs up what you were saying earlier about you think 30 seconds is long enough.
Yeah, it's not to the point where they're rushed, and it's definitely a skill you need to develop, right? Like these players have played in a lot of major tournaments with shot clocks, and you know, if you're not used to it, you're going to get in spots where you're like, oh my goodness, that's 20 seconds already, and the clock's going off, and it's going to get you, right? But these players are used to it, and it's not like if you are used to it, you're not going to be rushed, really.
Yeah, interestingly, just saw Christina to catch on that visual there. I'd done an interview with her about 3 months ago, and just talking about her game in general. I call it a to catch up that we have every now and then just to see how her game's progressing. And she actually changed her whole pre-shot routine to accommodate the shot clock, because she was realizing that her pre-shot routine that she had, when she would come to the TV stage and where the shot clocks were in use, she never had enough time. She was in the end panicking of what shot to play.
Sure.
So she actually retrained herself to incorporate the shot clock.
Good for her. Yeah. And she's had better results since. I mean, when was this? When was this conversation about? Less than 6 months ago, or
around about 6 months. Yeah, we have them every 2 months or so. I've got another one coming up in December. I normally interview her just before she's got a tournament coming up, just to see how she's feeling. And
sure.
I didn't say catch up, by the way. I said her to catch up. For those of you that may have misheard me first time. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So it looks good, but he's actually left it in a way where he can kick it in the side. I would almost make him a favorite, considering how well he plays.
I think you might see the referee out. There he is, right behind this. Referee John Lehman, been around the pool scene forever, it seems. Runs his own leagues in Amsterdam Billiards in New York.
I thought he was aiming wide there. I was thinking about the possibility of playing off the 4 as well, but it looked thin. Might have just misjudged it. Tied up the 4. Didn't leave a good shot on the 2. Pretty much nothing, really. Fedor's going to have to play some kind of safe. He's not quite sure of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a hit and hope, but it was kind of a do or die kind of situation there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he didn't hit it at a slower speed and try to stay on the 3.
Does this go in the bottom left? Has he got enough of it? No.
I think it was playing 2 ways there. He offered his hand an apology, so yeah, he was going all in at the pot. Got a roll here.
Can he get behind the 4 ball with the cue ball and play it 2 rounds? Just flick it off the second round?
Possible.
That's what he's looking at.
I feel like 2 is going to play in a little thick, but might. If it does, it still could come back towards the 4. No, he's got room to make it.
Don't be surprised if he does. Look at this. Look at this.
Nick the 4 on the way through.
Oh, he's caught the 4 ball.
So, Fedor for a real good look to even it up in sets here. The break will go back to Fedor in the 3rd set, I'm assuming?
Yes, it will. Alternate break for sets. Fedor won the lag, of course. And if it does come to a shootout, the lag comes into it then also, because whoever won the lag gets to choose whether they want to go first or second and which side they would like to start from.
Right.
Anyway, that's for later. For now, it looks a case of anything Gorst can do, Fedor can do also.
Yeah. Well, I was just bringing up who's going to break in the 3rd set because that was a big determinant in this set. Josh ran the first 2 off the first break.
Stun here. Pretty much routine out for someone of Fedor's class here.
Interesting to see if he draws or follows this ball. That's why he's just taking an extra second here.
I was going to ask what you'd do, actually.
Personally, I'd favor the follow. Shot.
Oh, he's a left-hander. It might be a little bit awkward queuing. Yeah, it is.
What a match we have going here. Fedor's going to even the set score at 1 each. And we're going to a 3rd set decider.
Yeah, this is absolute quality, isn't it? We expected it at the start. Sometimes matches don't always live up to their billing, but this one certainly is. 4-1 to Gorst in the 1st set. 4-1 to Fedor in the 2nd. And we're going to nip out for just a quick commercial break, guys, and we'll be back very, very soon with the decider.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
World champion. Fighting champion. Kelly Fedor.
Philippines are the world champions.
doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion.
Philippines are the world champions.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion.
Philippines are the world champions. Welcome back to this enthralling battle between these two huge gladiatorial pool players, Joshua Fedor Gorst, and it's Eric Hallofson and myself, Mark White, in the booth, enjoying every single second of this Fedor to break deciding set.
Nothing lined up there. One almost went. Not going to leave an opener for Josh. 3-6 is tied up as well, so I'm going to have a bit of moving in this rack. Could get aggressive and try the bank here, but I think more tempting to just stop the cue ball behind the 8.
Oh, doesn't want it in. It won't go in. Indeed, good shot.
Looks like he's left the left side rail. Going to be tough to get back down table for the 2, though. Actually, can go 2 rails and start moving the cue ball towards the 2 here.
He's already called it. Played a shot similar to this in the last rack. 4 ball. Or hit the 4 ball, I should say, instead of the 3. Caught that much too thick. It's not a good shot.
Yeah, misjudged that one a little bit. Still, 3 is still going to have to be developed overall in the rack. Might go into it right now. There you go. See what develops here, and that's a strong shot as long as he doesn't leave a jump, which he hasn't. So the 3's opened up, and it's going to be a battle on the 1 to see who gets the edge in the rack here.
We really are seeing every facet of the game, aren't we, between these two?
Well, it just even on a shot like that, it's not like he's just playing safe. He's playing safe in a way to open up the 3 because he feels like he will be at an advantage after the shot he shot. So he's trying to get even more of an advantage. It's that type of thinking, right? It's really high level stuff. It's nice to see.
Yeah, the elite thinking, right?
Yeah.
Can he 2 rails?
Yeah, there is a track there.
No, it's caught the 7.
Yeah, opened up a little bit because of the speed. Had to hit it at that speed, though, because if he hit it any harder, he was worried about the 5 getting in between the cue ball and the 2.
So just explain what reaction it has when you hit harder or softer, Eric, when you're coming off of a rail, for those of watching that.
Yeah, so if you hit more speed, we call it kind of the angle's going to play tighter. So like it would have gone more, in that case, it would have gone more towards the pocket. And if you hit it lighter, then it's going to go a little longer, like more towards wider, longer. Yeah, like more towards the short rail. He knew that. It's actually it's tougher to judge. It's tough to judge both. You have to have a feel for both. And he knew that. I think it's a little tougher to judge the soft one than the harder one.
We have our first semi-finalist, and it is Konrad Jusicen, through to the semis at 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Play the winner of Jun Lin and Yap.
Yep.
Winner of this match will play the winner of Garcia and he.
Yeah, and they're 3-3 in their second set. Garcia won the first one.
Got a little closer than he would have wanted there. Kind of got a funny angle coming back. He's straight enough that he'll be able to manufacture something, but what he was looking at is just drawing up the left side of the table. Looks like tough to see if he can still stay there. Might just have to play a longer shot on the 7. It's okay.
And we can confirm Roland Garcia is the second man into the semi-finals, and he will be playing the winner of this match.
Right in line here. Of course, not able to hold his break.
He very much still in, though, because he's in the teams with Jasmine and Albin. So might have a say in that also. But well done, Roland Garcia.
Germany also has a very strong team in the team event. Josh playing with his wife Pia and Moritz Neuhausen.
Roland flying the flag for Philippines, but Josh Villa flying it very proudly for Germany. He takes the opening rack in this third and deciding set. And he will be breaking. That was against serve, so to speak.
Yeah.
To use the tennis terminology. Chang Jung Lin is 2-0 up in his second set, having taken the first set.
Yeah, they matched up earlier in the preliminary stages, and Yap won that match. Yap actually won that match with Jun Lin not missing a ball, so it tells you how well Yap played in that match.
He's had a good run.
Yeah, one of the hottest players right now. Yeah.
Yap.
Still, and again near the end of this tournament.
Josh breaking off one in the side, Eric. How's it looking?
I think he has enough of the 2. If he does, he'll be a favorite to run the rack. Walking around confidently, like it looks like he's going to run out here. So good signs for Filler in this third and deciding set. 4's tough, but the 3 plays well into it.
And there'll be a big gap as well when this 2 disappears to get on the 4 ball. Slightly awkward queuing over the 5, but you're still expecting to make it.
Little straight, but he'll just accept a little more distance here. Wants an angle going to the left off the 4.
First hurdle out the way, getting to this 3-ball. Now should be a sprint to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, was able to manufacture some angle there. Wanted to get closer to it. Won't have to hit the cue ball as hard here. They got a little funny again, a little straight. Cheat the pocket to the left a little bit. Shot. Jammed it in there. He's good now.
Fedor contemplating. Going 2-0 down.
Yeah, just waiting for his next chance, really.
Once you get to 3, you're guaranteed the minimum of a shootout.
And these break-and runs are very powerful in this short race format. It's the reason you were awarded the break is because you won the game before, and then you break and run one, so now you're on 2. It's like half the race.
Slight angle.
Way more distance than what he would have wanted, but he's such a confident potter that he didn't even bother trying to draw the cue ball to the side rail. It must have been playing into the side a little bit.
It's a little bit like a shootout shot, this.
This is, you know what? If there's any shot that could be missed, a little bit of pressure coming in here. That's it, right in the heart.
Right in the centre, wasn't it? Doubles his lead in this deciding set. 2-0 now. Garcia already confirmed through. Yap still hanging in there. 2 people already through to the semi-finals. Garcia and Conrad Musician, both awaiting their opponents.
John Lynn is leading in the second set over Yap, 2-1.
Quick look around the women's matches that are in progress also at the same time. April Larson, already told you, went through earlier on, as did Cheska Santino over Margaret Fefalova. Wan Ling Wang, as we spoke about earlier, went through also. 2-0. Now Elise Kiu is a set down to Kim Houseman of the United States. Back to this one. Josh breaking off. It's going to be dry, I think.
Yeah, one was right in the pocket, but got kicked out on the way. Might have left the right edge of the 1 here. Looks like the 5's got pretty good cover on it. Right down on the angle, seeing if he can access either the pocketing angle or even any part of it. I mean, it looks like it goes, or it looks like he has part of it, but he's definitely taking a close look, so it's not any kind of clear-cut path.
I'm looking around the arena for Pia Filler. I mean, she's not playing at the moment. She'll be playing later on. She's already qualified. I can't see her in the audience anywhere. She's never far away when Josh is playing, and vice versa as well. Whenever Pia's playing, Josh is there supporting her.
Yeah.
Can't spot her, though. She's incognito.
Mm-hmm. She knows it's a big match.
Actually, during that last break, I ran out to the bathroom as well, and I ran past Josh Villa, and he said, "Run, run!"
Yeah, I guess he just doesn't have enough of it, so he's going to play a push into a jump. Look at this. Betting the set on a jump here. Not necessarily betting the whole set, but betting any kind of way to get himself back into it.
I suppose you would say Fedor's slightly the better jumper.
I would.
It's going to be put to the test now. It's a brave decision there from Josh to put him back in.
Yeah. The second element of this is it's a little tough to guarantee position on the 2.
he chose right there, Josh, and it's got an opening for him.
Yeah.
This one ball is on.
Well, Fedor decided to take the aggressive end of it there. It didn't work out.
Can be a little bit like chess at the moment, can't it sometimes?
Well, and the thing is, you know, to beat a player like Josh or vice versa for Josh, they both have to lean towards the aggressive side. I mean, you can't just push out to an open area there. You're going to get safe back almost every time. So they're pushing into more, I don't know how to say it, offensively risky positions, kind of. That's going to happen a lot with top players. A lot of traffic going back towards the 4. I feel like he'll go one rail.
I could be heading to the coffee shop very, very soon to get you. What do you want? A flat white? A macchiato? What do you drink? I love a Tim Hortons, actually.
Yeah, of course.
My favourite.
There's no Tim Hortons over here, but I'd be sending you there. Americano large.
2 and 2?
Black.
Oh, black. Like your shafts.
That's right.
Looks like he's going to the hill. A few little series of stop shots and soft little draws.
Yeah, he's good here. He's played a great match. 0 balls missed. 3 to 4 break-in runs. Hanging in with all the safety and kicking exchanges. Fedor's played fine too. More than fine. He's played very well.
Yeah, maybe if you had to pick anything from Fedor's game, it would be the fact that he hasn't jumped as well as he normally. I mean, he's made 2 great shots with the jump stick, but he's also missed that one ball completely, if you remember.
Yep.
An early rack in the first set. And that one just then, when you would normally expect him to make that one ball, even, you know, with a jump cue.
Yeah.
Missed it.
He's around 50-50 on those, minimum. And he knows that, and just didn't quite go his way. First one was tough. First one was long distance, but this one, you would have expected him to have a real good chance at it.
Just this 10 ball to guarantee at least a shootout, but he won't want to go anywhere near a shootout. He'd love to break and run the next one. Such a class player.
Both of them.
Oh.
Got to favor the winner of this match to be one of the real contenders to take down the title.
And it goes on the hill. It's a hiller thriller for Killer Filler. Breaking to win the match and a place against Roland Garcia in a semi-final at 2 p.m. today local time here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. How are you enjoying Puerto Rico, Eric? Your first time here, is it?
It's beautiful. People are very nice. Yeah, it is my first time here. Got into the city one day. Gonna have a little bit of break in the afternoon today. Go out again. Beautiful city, great people.
Are you going to have a phone with you, keeping an eye on the scores, or just purely relax and get away from pool for?
Yeah, well,
for a
I'll be
couple of
peeking
hours?
in. I'm a fan as well.
Of course you are. I knew you was going to say that. You can't stay away that long. Not from a semi-final, of course.
That's right.
Albion Ocean just to the side of us. He's just watched his teammate and fellow countryman, Mario He, go out to Roland Garcia. Of course, he's good friends with Josh Filler as well. He's got his eye on this one, as has Mario He. I can see out to our right.
So kind of similar to last set. Real first open look for Fedor is in the 4th game of the set. We'll see if he can make something of it here. Beautiful stroke, even after sitting and not shooting anything offensive for about 20 minutes. Just hits it perfect. 4 ball is going to be a bit of a obstruction for him. He can play on an angle where the cue ball is going to get frozen to the 6. Probably what he'll go for. Any kind of breakout's too risky. Nice angle here to come 1 rail across. It's actually possible that it's available. Kind of looked a little more tied up at first, but now looking at that overhead, looks like he could get on an angle where he could pocket it. That'd be risky because he'd be running into the 6, but he'd probably, he'd be finding ways to avoid getting behind the 7, 8, 10 if he did decide to play that shot.
Maybe could use the 6 to draw off it up towards the 5. See how he finishes on it first. Has he gone too far?
I mean, the safety's inviting. You just stop the cue ball. I think he'll favor it. Even if he can pocket it, it's tough to predict exactly how the cue ball is going to come off here.
I'm not sure he can pot it now. Just looking at his face there, he might be.
Can't tell. I think he's more thinking about, like, what's the decision? Should I go offense? Should I risk it? If you played it with high right, you could track the cue ball around 3 rails going forward and very likely avoid the 7, 8, 10. But yeah, it's tight there. I mean, we're looking right down the line. What did he do? Called cross bank? Why?
He's called the cross bank. Well, we were singing his praises as a banker earlier on. He's called it, and it's a kind of a 2-way. It's not a bad shot there, Eric.
That's a interesting creative shot because he gave himself a chance to win the game there and still played a very good 2-way. Just a little surprised. He's even thinking that if he gets Fedor frozen behind the 6, it's not good enough. So he still took a shot at winning the game. Interesting.
Oh, look at this for a shot as well.
But
Great escape.
But this is the flip side of what he tried, right? Like if he would have froze the cue ball behind the 6, he might have got in a spot where he had a chance to get ball in hand. It's just borderline decisions. Obviously, I'm not questioning him, but yeah.
Can he spin this cue ball around and come rail first, kick the 4 over towards the side pocket?
He can.
Obviously trying to get it down safe.
Didn't get quite thick enough into it, but looks like the 4 might end up okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Fine, it just left it on a pocketing angle. He's at it quick, so there's a chance.
Hook behind the 10, I think.
There's that as well.
Oh, he went for it. Oh, I didn't think he could get through to it.
I think he was actually kind of playing it on that track.
Oh, he's going to jump this, Fedor. Now then, this is when he really needs that jump cue to work.
Yeah, cue ball is going to be loose here, but first order is just to pocket the ball. You kind of leave it to luck on where the cue ball ends up. He's going to be playing around 3 rails.
Let's have a look at his technique. Textbook, would you say?
But yeah, nice sidearm attack. Made it. How's the cue ball? Looking okay.
Oh, no. No.
Okay there. He's pushed the 8 into a spot where it's going to be tougher to make the 6, and he's not real great on the 5. He can back cut the 5 here. Definitely won't be able to open up the 6. Looks like he's just going to back off, play safe behind the 9. Great shot. Ooh, that ended up funny. Didn't leave a shot for filler. But was trying to nestle the cue ball more between the 6-8.
Trying to get behind the 9 here.
Opened up a little too much off the 3rd rail. See, Fedor knowing that he's got to take the chance right now. Tough to predict here. It looks like the banking angles on the 6 are covered by the 10.
Can he get to it 2 rails with high left?
You can. I mean, this would be a big shot. Looks like he's going for it.
He's wobbled it. He did get into the 8, and now he's had a result, though.
Yep.
Josh's turn to jump.
Yep, and there's enough distance that he'll be pretty much guaranteed to get over it. 5's pretty close to the pocket, so we've got to consider him in the 50 to 60% range on this one. 6 is open. This is for the match here. Try.
Oh, look at the 9. Gone and tied the 6 up.
Yeah, a little bit of drama here at the end of this set.
Can he play safe behind this thin off the 5?
I think you can. Nice big 3-ball wall there. Chose the thick side of it. Smart shot. One pocket type shot there.
Really is an advantage, isn't it? The more variations of the game you play, the different disciplines, it really does make you a more rounded player, doesn't it, Eric?
Yeah, certain specific shots come up. Like that is specifically a one pocket shot there. You know, the shots are different, but the more games you play, the more feel you develop, and different little things that you're doing with the cue ball, it's always going to help you to play more games. Even snooker, you know, it's not pool, but certain things will straighten your stroke out in that game.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot Fedor has played there. But the problem's not over just yet. He's still got to contend with this 6 ball. Hasn't got a look at it, I don't think, but it's an easy kick. But what does he do with it?
Yeah, he's going to be playing off the bottom side of it to create distance. Or he even kind of went in between there, didn't work out. A little bit of emotion from Fedor there. He knows he wanted it to turn out different. So Fedor with a real good look here.
Oh, he played that a little bit quick.
Yeah.
That safety there.
Yeah. There was a bunch of shots available. I think he just didn't want to get stuck in between all of them. Just decided on one and went for it.
Is there another twist in this tail?
Yeah, don't forget here, if we go to 3-3 in the third set, it's going to go to a shootout. So Fedor really only has to win 2 more to force the shootout. Doesn't have to win the set. Ten ball's playing a little big here, but he'll know how to play around that.
Just about 6 inches away from that side rail, leave himself a nice angle.
Yeah.
To get to the 9 ball, just play around the angles. It's about perfect, isn't it, Eric?
Yeah, I think he has 1 break-in run in the match. Obviously hitting it well. Good things can happen. But he's only about 1 for 5 on the break. On the break-in run percentage.
Aloysius Yap and Chang Jung-Ling still going at it. They're 2-2 in the second set. Chang won the first. So Yap's run still continues. He's good form, Eric.
Yeah, looking to level it out and force a third set over there.
Meanwhile, Fedor is going to get his first rack on the scoreboard in this deciding set. And he will be breaking to hopefully move within 1. And he does. And it goes. Remember, tonight, at 9 p.m, we still have our team championships, and it's a big, big night for the teams. Philippines will take on Team Spain. The winner of that will go through to the quarterfinals. There is the format on your screens. And in the first set, it's a race to 4, of course, exactly the same format. Women's singles, and then men's singles, mixed doubles. Now, it's only the man that hasn't played that can play in the mixed doubles. And then we have a team pick for the next singles. And then if it's still level at 2-2 after that, we will go to a shootout. And the shootout is slightly different. It's like 3 players playing, and it's a rotation. You keep the same order, still a race to 4 the same. If you're level after 4 innings each, it will then go to sudden death, and the format, the rotation order continues.
Yeah, exciting, great format.
It really is fantastic, and this is exciting as well. We're locked 3-1, one set each. Fedor breaking to try and reduce the gap. He wants that shootout. Let's look
at one.
Did he draw it?
That was the 8, not going to cover the 1.
It's on, Eric?
Yeah, it's on. Tricky to get back for the 2. The cue ball is going to be coming over to the right side of the table, and it's tough to get back over to the left.
Could go for it and content himself with the safety on the 2 if need be.
Yeah, he's going to try some kind of offense here. Back between the 6-7 twice. Look at that. I was worried about him hitting the 6 on the way through, and he almost did. Great shot, though. He's going to have the first opening in this 5th rack.
Play this with some outside English just to widen the angle off the rail. Come 2 rails for the 3 into the same pocket.
It's one option. It's a little thin, and he'd have to baby it at that point. I think he might have to go with that, though. The 8's too big coming up table. Shot's tougher than it looked. Good shot.
You really have to trust yourself there, don't you, on those?
5's kind of surrounded by the 6-7. If he gets good on the 4, though, he'll be able to manipulate the cue ball to where he wants on the 5.
You think he's feeling the pressure now? Is he the type of guy that strikes you as feeling pressure or not?
I'm sure they all feel it to some extent, but he definitely knows how to deal with it, looking at his track record.
He's had 3,000 people screaming at him to miss in Las Vegas.
Right.
He'll have 3,000 or more cheering him on next month.
Got a little too much angle here where he would have wanted to just draw above the 6.
Yeah, just drawing the fingers. He knows the importance of this visit. He wants to kill it off now. He is the killer.
Good shot.
Yeah, Fedor will fear the worst now. He's perfect on this 6.
Yeah, I mean, great match from Josh overall. Fedor really only made couple half mistakes, didn't quite go his way on the break. Josh had the edge in the break and run department, but also hung in, played safe with him very well.
It's going to be a semi-final. Josh Villa against Roland Garcia at 2 p.m. local time here. It looks very much like it, and it's going to be a black coffee for you. Courtesy of myself. I've lost the bet. I chose Fedor. But Joshua Filler, after losing that first set, won the next one in the same fashion as Fedor did in the first, 4-1. And he's going to win the decider 4-1 as well, by the looks of it. Really has been a tremendous match to commentate on with you, Eric. Oh, he's gone slightly over with this one, just a little bit of a hiccup maybe.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I'd just be shooting this if I was him, but he recognizes the importance.
But he's milking it.
Maybe. Taking a unusual amount of time here.
Maybe he is human and nervous after
It could,
all.
definitely. And, you know, if he feels like he needs it, he needs it.
Will we hear the roar? No, just a polite handshake. A great match between 2 gladiators of the game. We said they were top 5 at the beginning. You did. Well, they proved it there, didn't they, Eric?
Yeah, great level of play here. Just a real treat to watch. And we're going to have a lot of action for you guys all day long.
Well, as Fedor unscrews his cue, you can take your headphones off and go and enjoy Old San Juan. We'll be back 2 p.m. with our 2 semi-finals. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you later. Ta-da.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
World champion. champion. Punching champion. Kelly Fisher. Yeah.
Philippines are the world champions.